I'm Hylander, and this is my channel, Hylander Extreme. That's my brand name. Okay, so basically, I'm going to be doing Subnautica, and this is episode 1. What I'm going to do is the methodology for survival, and I'm going to have slideshows of, the different fish that we're going to be capturing and the different things that we're going to be looking for. So the video is going to show hopefully the most important parts that I'm trying to get across as I ramble because that's what I do. Okay, we're in the middle of a fire. We got to put that thing out, and so we just come down from the Aurora. We're in Life Pod 5. This is our PDA system, and this is kind of like our main menu. This is where the first tab is for equipment and for what gear we're wearing. Um, so, yeah. Uh, so the next tab is going to be our blueprints, and we can make anything that's on here as long as we have all the blueprints. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 blueprints to actually have the entire thing, and then once we have the materials, we can make it. The signals are going to be life pods, are going to be beacons, so we want to be able to shut some of them off so the water doesn't get too busy. We can take pictures and put them on the wall, so that'll be cool later on. This is our radio transcripts of all radio communication, so we can go back and read that in case we need to study what's going on with the story. And then, of course, our database. Our database has everything that we need in it. And now we start the slideshow, so I can even ramble more. This is the numbers you're seeing on there is if the fish was cooked. The peepers are the best. You see that 32 and 5? Not bad. Compare that against the Gary fish. All right, I'm going to take a real quick second right here with the bladder fish because if you distill it, you get 20 units of filtered water. You don't want to cook those. I hate it when I cook my bladder fish. Okay, so you can get water from those, and at the beginning, that's your basis. So. And if you have it in your inventory and you're down really deep and then you're like, oh, I'm not going to make it to the surface, you can go ahead and open your inventory, consume a bladder fish, and you'll get 15 units of air. Just might save you. All right, hoverfish isn't that much to talk about. He's okay. But here's the Gary fish. Might as well just leave these guys alone unless you're really hungry. Now we're going to go into the fabricator that's hanging on the wall in our life pod, and we're going to cook up all our stuff. We distilled our fish, we distilled our bladder fish, and then we're cooking our stuff. Okay, so the peeper's the best, so that's the one I'm going to salt. I did find some salt. And I'm going to cure that. As you see right here, I'm looking, there's the cure button, and then there it goes. Now I'm going to always carry cured fish in my inventory in case I get too far away. Cured fish and water, you need to always carry that unless you have the stuff that you start off the game with. There's a fabricator on the wall for medical kits. Constantly, when they're ready, get them because you're going to need them. And again, you can see the different, you can compare the different fish right there. So, yeah, I love Subnautica, man. It came out in 2018, and I just loved playing this game. I bought it in pre-release just like I did with this new one. So, okay, here's another slideshow. This is limestone, makes titanium and copper, sandstone, lead, silver, and gold. Those are the hard rocks. Silver is the one we need. Quartz is used to make glass products. Let's see, what else? If you see me taking these acid mushrooms, then basically I'm going to combine that. I'm going to make a battery out of it. Red coral is used for making specialized products. Giant coral and salt. You're going to remember that. Giant coral and salt makes 30 units of water, and there's the salt. That's what it looks like to help preserve your fish as well. The sulfur is used to make the repair tool, and that can be a little dangerous. Stalkers, I like to protect the kelp beds. You're going to always find stalkers around the kelp beds, and one of the tricks that you can use is if you carry a fish, then they'll go after the fish instead of you. And if you feed them too much, they'll get really full and they'll play with you, but they won't bite you. It looks like they are. It scares the hell out of you. It's like, well, I'm low in health. Oh well, no, that's good. And then they love to play with metal salvage units, but you get 4 units of titanium out of that, and so if you see them playing with these metal pieces of wreckage, they sometimes drop a tooth, and that's how you find stalker teeth. So basically, if you don't have any stalker teeth, you can bring this metal to them. They'll play with it, and you can farm the teeth. Another nice little trick. All right, moving on. So the bulbs, you can basically convert those to rubber and lubricant, and the green plants you can use for medical kits if you're low on them. All right, now we're going to come back and we're going to process the stuff that we went out and found. We used our rubber and to make fins, and we got some titanium from those wreckages, and we're going to make our air tank. And then we made our rubber from those bulbs, and we're going to combine that with some titanium, and we're going to make our dive knife, our dive tool. And then the next thing we're going to make is one of the coolest things. I hardly ever use this before in all my playthroughs, but I really love it. It's the air compressor that floats on top of the water. I forgot what it's really called, but yeah, that and some pipe, and you can put more than just 5 pieces of pipe on there. Pipe them down to underground caverns and to wreckages, so you don't have to go all the way back to the surface, especially when you don't have a big air tank towards the beginning. So here it is, just showing you, push that sucker out there and start hooking pipe up to it, and we're going to go into this cave and farm it out. Yeah, it's man, I love this game. Yeah, now we can hang out and breathe some fresh air. This is a thermal blowhole. I found it next to my my life pod. This is the only time I've ever seen it in this close in my playthroughs, and it's fantastic. I'm going to be able to hook up a thermal generator later on when I get the blueprints. The reason I'm down here is because of these round rocks, the sandstone. Yeah, this is close, and I'm going to also be able to later on even charge my prawn suit. This is just fantastic. I'm so happy. It's like I'm going to keep this gameplay just because of this. 30 seconds. Again, using my little, showing off a little bit. Didn't really need air that bad, but for the video, gotta look good. All right, if you see me doing acid mushrooms, I'm going to make a battery. I'm going to combine that with some copper, because every little piece, every handheld piece of equipment you have needs a battery. And you want to have extra batteries because they go dead, and you have to recharge them until you get a recharger. All right, so first, the most important thing to make is the light. Absolutely, because you can't see at night, and so your productivity goes, half your time is in the dark, so light it up. Then the next thing you need is a scanner, so you can make blueprints from other things that you find off of wreckages and other down life pods. So, yep, we got our scanner. Now we're going to go out and see what we can do. The grab trap, one of the best pieces in the game. I really love this thing. It makes fishing so much easier. It's a 2-piece set, and so is the Sea Glide. And we need the Sea Glide to get around. So if we're in deeper water, man, we can make it to the top fairly quickly. That's why I pretty much never use the air pump. But even now, even with my Sea Glide, I still love pumping air down to a 100+ foot wreck. That's a counter. They have a lot of aesthetics to the game, and I can't wait to find the coffee pot because I drink coffee all the time. Right now I'm looking for I'm looking for sulfur because I want to make a repair tool because I want to make my life pod home away from home. It's going to be better than my first apartment. It'll be clean. All right, so these crash fish live in these little sulfur units, and when they get close to you, they explode. I was going to do this whole game on hardcore. Then three of them blew up in front of me, and I was just like, oh, I got to start again? And it's not going to work for the series. I know I will make a mistake. I know I'll make lots of mistakes. So, all right, so here's the repair tool. We're going to heroically fix our LifePod 5. Look at that. Outstanding. All right, now we got to fix the radio, which is actually very important because this is how we're going to get signals to find other pieces of the puzzle. We'll get some signals in. I forgot which ones. I think LifePod 6 will probably be the first one, but as you listen to the first transmission, it's like there isn't any help coming. We're gonna wait for 99999 plus hours, so self-rescue is first on our priority. You know, as they say, if you get in a wreck, then just stay with it. Don't leave. Nah, here, we need to leave. All right, so now we're gonna make what do we got? Oh, our habitat builder. We need that. We want to make our new base. The habitat builder and the sea glide. Once you have those two pieces, then you should go to the islands and farm, get all the things that you can from the island. And we'll cover that in episode 2. Yeah, it's and now we have the sea glide. We have both of them, so definitely we are ready to go to the island. We'll make a quick little base. Right now I'm going to mess with the locker. I hate messing with these little things. They float around every time you grab them. They want to change their name. Here we go. We got...
This is LifePod 6. I have a passenger on board. Coordinates attached.
Yeah, here we go. We got LifePod 6. And the interesting thing about 6 is it doesn't give you a signal. It gives you a riddle. And you have to actually go back into the database, which we'll do in a second to show you how. And it'll give us an idea where it's at. So the database actually has a lot of useful information. You definitely need to study it, look at it. All of our lores are in there.
This is LifePod 3 uploading our
I waited a while before I fixed the radio, so I'm getting some radio signals back to back. LifePod 3 also called. That'll be the actual first wreck that we go dive off of, but not in this episode. Alright, so now the ship's going to explode. There's not a whole lot to say, so this is where I want to plug real quick on, hey, you know how like other really successful people, they're like, if you like the video, go ahead and subscribe. I'm like, I don't have such high standards. I only have 7 people. So, even if you don't like the video, go ahead, hit the button. And I promise, you know, YouTube's kind of particular about making things are up and up, and I didn't hire a bot system. Those 7 people are real. All of them are real, and I didn't even hire a hooker. So, yeah. Now that the ship's blown up, we have blueprints for a rad suit, radiation suit, and since I knew it was going to happen, I already got some lead and was able to go ahead and make it, and there it is. That's our first suit that we're making. And then we have our grab trap, one of the best pieces in the game. I really love this thing. Right now we're piping some fresh air down into a cavern, and we're just going to let this thing go and back up and just breathe some some piped in oxygen, and let the trap do all the work. Look at that, it's even pulling fish out of from outside of the cave. And just pick up everything and then move deeper into the tunnel and set it free, and then go hang out at the air pump. Yeah, this is cool. This is definitely cool. It's also nice if you got fish that are trying to bite you when you're like doing the when you're on a wreck, and little bloodsuckers or whatever. Yeah, you just put that out there and they'll leave you alone. Definitely cool. Alright, make our way up, and now it's time to build our starting base. We have a foundation, a T. I'm putting a portal on the end of our T. You gotta have power so it can make so it's life sustaining, life support. And then we put a hallway on the end of it, a tube on the end of it, and that's it. That's what I usually do to start out with. I'm going to put a fabricator on the wall so I can make stuff. And then this is the best part, is just having these wall lockers, because I have so much stuff to organize. And yeah, I'm the White Tiger Diver. I'm Hylander, and this is my channel, Hylander Extreme. Thanks for watching.